family. Gene Borrello, welcome to Armchair NBA. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tom? Long time no see.
Where the hell you been?
Oh, man. Under a rock.
So for those that know, Gene had an issue where he allegedly threatened an ex-girlfriend, and then also was involved in a parole violation, hence the sentencing. So I understand part of his terms was not to do any public media, including a podcast and our mob podcast. So that explains his absence.
There's a lot to unpack, so we'll start. So
Right.
I interviewed Gene Mother's Day. I think it was 18. It was a long.
It was 2020. God, I'm getting old.
Form interview, so we're not going to reintroduce all of that. We can go back to fairly open, drop some bangers. We'll put a link below to that. But let's just kind of, for those that didn't hear of you, give us your background. You were an ex-associate. I'm kind of, again, want to revisit. What was your first kind of brush with the mob, as a kid growing up in Queens?
Right. So I was born in Brooklyn, Canarsie, Flatlands, 84th.
So most of the people that I interviewed in the mob, and I think that Gene is no exception, we always kind of look for that inflection point of when they got in or when they got involved. I'm going to fast forward this part. This is essentially, I think he just was born in the area, was respectfully to him an underachiever, maybe academically, not very school focused. So the life pretty much was his, probably not only move, but was a good move for him at that time.
We all knew each other, you know what I'm saying? So it was just growing up around, it was normal for us, and that's pretty much what it was.
Got it.
I knew it my whole life. It never I had a brushing with it. It was just there, always, You
were indoctrinated. So Amuso, Gotti, Messino.
So we talk a bit about Howard Beach. And again, you can watch a full interview above, how four bosses lived in Howard Beach. Again, got a little pushback because he was 8 years old when Scopo was killed, but nevertheless, our mobologists always keep us honest. That's kind of why we're doing the unpacking video.
So
I started going together at 18 years old,
What type of work did you do initially for them?
So people wonder, sorry to keep interrupting, but people wonder, well, why Gene Borrello? Why are you kind of hot on him? You do some pretty big guests. Why kind of mess with Gene? Gene's important to the narrative, okay? Because you kind of got the Gotti years, and I don't think, respect to anybody who watches this stuff, I don't think we need to hear the 11th, 100th Gotti story, just my opinion. Early 2000s, you got guys like Frank Fiorellino, who I had on the show. Johnny A-Light kind of brings it to maybe 05-ish if you're lucky. So there's that gap of like kind of 05 to the teens, mid-teens. And prior to Panisi going public, there was a big appetite and desire to learn the status of Cosa Nostra. And the reason why I think Gene is important is he was involved in an important crew. I have a mutual friend with Gene and a mutual friend with Ronnie G. I knew of those guys, obviously, important guys in that space. Ronnie did really well financially, but it's indicative of kind of the decline of the mob. And I would say lack of innovation. And just Gene was kind of doing a lot of stuff that normally wouldn't do. I don't think normally would do as an associate. Welcome to get pushback. And I think it's because other rackets kept closing. So you can always go for what you can do.
Wow. You start off small, bull crap collections, robberies, little stuff like that, handling little stupid things. And then, they see what you're capable of. And then, it keeps on, and then eventually it'll come to, can you kill a guy?
I didn't mean to laugh at just my visceral reaction.
You want to shoot this guy? Then you cross the line, as Uncle Vin would call it, crossing over.
Why the Bananas?
My best friend was my whole family's Gambino. I was born Gambino, but my best friend Bobby G was related to Vinny Sauer and Ronnie G. So
enclave, if you will.
Yeah, he made a lot of rich guys look broke. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Ronnie G did really well for himself. I think in a minute or so, they show the house that he had. I think a $3 million house in Howard Beach, beautiful home. And what's interesting is he was with, I guess, Ronnie G. Ronnie G was a captain with the Bonanno family, but then also kind of indirectly with Vinyasaro, who was a legacy powerhouse captain with the Bonannos as well.
So it was like, we kind of lived the glory days because we were still shooting people, still trying to kill people, constantly assaulting people. We were the last Mohegans, as they call us. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got